Hello everyone and welcome to the Kansas Speedway for the round of 16 finale here in the 2002 season. Jeff Gordon and Ryan Newman, who sit 12th and 13th right on the playoff bubble of the standings, will start on the front row as we get ready to get underway here from Kansas. The round of 16 cutoff. As we get underway here in Kansas, we are green. Jeff Gordon, Ryan Newman side by side for the race lead down the front straightaway. Gordon and Newman battling hard for every position here and every second on the racetrack. They are fighting. They are duking it out. They are going to try to get every point they can. And already Jeff Gordon is cleared. Rusty Wallace is clear for second. And Junior is clear for third as the outside lane has faltered and Newman's fallen back. But Jeff Gordon comes into this race below the cut line. He needs a good race to make it happen in advance. Your defending champion, remember that. He's your defending champion. Rusty Wallace is second. Matt Kenseth is back there and running in fourth. Ryan Newman fifth. Look further back. Some guys struggling right now, like Jeff Green further back in the field. Jimmy Spencer, Michael Waltrip, Sterling Marlin, Kurt Busch, Schrader. A lot of playoff contenders right now struggling here early in this race at Kansas. Some poor qualifying efforts could create some crazy turn of events and racing later on. But Jeff Gordon is scooting away with the lead right now from Rusty Wallace. He's pulling away and showing that speed as Jeff Gordon looks to finally get that first win in 2002 and break that winless streak and advance to the round of 12. Can he do it? We'll see. Jeff Gordon leads at Kansas. And now we move on to the last lap of stage 1. Ryan Newman is leading the way. Jeff Gordon has fallen down to 9th, but now Newman looking for the playoff point, the stage win, and the all-important 10 stage points are going to make a difference in his playoff hopes, whether he will advance or not. As we get ready to toss the yellow command here once we see Rick Mast and Sterling Marlin cross the line, which they do. So we toss the yellow command, and Ryan Newman, Rocket Man, comes down the front straightaway. And Ryan Newman will win stage 1 at Kansas, a clutch stage win. Second stage will be Kenseth, and then Jimmy Johnson, Rusty Wallace, Bill Elliott, Jeremy Mayfield, Kyle Petty, Terry Labonte, Jeff Gordon, and rounding out your top 10 in stage 1 will be the 43 of John Andretti. Stage 1 winner, Ryan Newman. Now on to begin stage 2, and oh my goodness, Jeff Gordon is out of the race alongside your regular season champion, Rusty Wallace. Jeff Gordon comes into the race below the cut line, scores only 2 stage points compared to Newman's 10, and is the first car out of the race. That means Jeff Gordon, your defending NR2003-2001 champion, has been eliminated from the playoffs. And Rusty Wallace is in jeopardy of missing it right now, being the second guy out. He can still make it, though, because he has enough of a cushion over guys like Jimmy Spencer, Jeff Green, Terry Labonte. Not Jeff Green, Jimmy Spencer, Ken Schrader, and Terry Labonte, who are a ways down the points. He still might be okay, but he'll barely transfer by the skin of his teeth, it looks like, as we look at the slow lapper here of Casey Atwood and Stacy Compton. So how about that for a turn of events? Jeff Gordon and Rusty Wallace out of this race. That changes the playoffs completely. That's going to knock the 24 out, and his championship defense will come to an end at race 29 of 36. Now we got all the lead lap chase contenders trying to work by the lap cars back here. You know, Kurt Busch, Ken Schrader really struggling. Ken Schrader's got no hood. Schrader's pretty much done anyway. I don't think he's going to win, so I think Schrader's pretty much eliminated. You can write him off. They got Kurt Busch back there. Jeff Green trying to get around these lap traffic, as is Bill Elliott. But this is some intense 3-wide racing here at Kansas. Everyone trying to get by the lap cars, trying to negotiate it right and stay in contention. Sterling Marlin is also up here in contention. He's running very well. They see everyone flying by to the inside lane here, making their moves, trying to get around the slow cars. And there's a good chunk of them here. Casey Atwood, Rick Mast look very, very slow here, especially Casey Atwood. That 7 car is like a snail right now. He is like a rock holding up all these guys behind him, including Jeff Green. Comes into this race with a huge points buffer. But let's see if he can maintain that here by the end of this race. But at the front of the field, though, it is Rocket Man Ryan Newman leading now on to the last lap of stage 2. It is now the 9 of Bill Elliott who has taken the lead now for the first time today. He leads over Jimmy Johnson, who runs second, Robbie Gordon third, Ryan Newman runs fourth. Now Bill Elliott looks to add another playoff point to his total when he gets ready to start that second round of the playoffs. And he also looks to help himself advance, as he's also right around that bubble area. He's not that safe either, but the amount of stage points he is earning today should pretty much seal the deal and give him the transfer spot. So as we toss the yellow command, Bill Elliott wins stage 2 here at Kansas, followed by Jimmy Johnson, Robbie Gordon, Ryan Newman, Jeremy Mayfield, Matt Kenseth, Kevin Harvick, Jerry Nadeau, John Andretti, and Kenny Wallace, your top 10 in the second stage. It's Bill Elliott, your stage 2 winner. Now we get back underway in the final stage. Ward Burton, Bobby Labonte, Johnny Benson have also DNF'd from the race at this point, and we're on to lap 181. Just 87 laps to go. Jimmie Johnson leads on the restart, trying to get his 3rd career win and his 3rd win of the season and advance into the playoffs. Casey Atwood still slowing down a bunch of cars here in the bottom with his very slow lap car pace. Everyone else here fighting for every spot on the racetrack, including 1, 2, let's see, 3, 4, at least 4 playoff contenders back here. You got Terry Labonte, Sterling Marlin, Ryan Newman, Ricky Rudd. Add Jeff Green to that, make that 5 back here in this mess. Kurt Busch probably, that's 6. We have at least 6 or 7 playoff contenders back here in this mess right now, trying to find their way by Casey Atwood and avoid crashing with the way this race has been going. Jeff Burton, some contact there with Casey Atwood, some close race, some contact being made between contenders here. You got Newman trying to get his way back up to the front. Of course, he's your stage 1 winner. A lot of pace. He's got to find his way back up here. You know, Dale Jarrett, Kurt Busch, Jimmy Spencer, Schrader, they're all back here trying to negotiate it, but they're struggling. There goes Buckshot Jones into the wall. He gets turned by Dale Jarrett, and Buckshot Jones goes careening into the outside wall, bringing out the caution flag. Dale Jarrett sends him and nearly takes out Ricky Rudd and Jeff Green and many playoff contenders. That is a near miss, and that is a season-saving wreck avoidance by all of those playoff drivers right there. That was huge. They need to avoid that, and they did. So they stay alive and continue fighting. As Jimmie Johnson leads now, Bill Elliott leads on lap 236, just 32 to go. There's been a huge wreck that has eliminated from this race Jimmy Spencer in the 41, Ryan Newman in the 12, Kenny Schrader in the 36. So that means Schrader and Spencer have also been eliminated along with Jeff Gordon. Now we have to see if Terry Labonte, who is out as well, and now we know our 4 drivers out because they're the 4 coming in to this race below the cut line. None of them really got any stage points, so out of the race and out of the playoffs for Jimmy Spencer, Kenny Schrader, Jeff Gordon, and Terry Labonte, which means the other playoff drivers are safe and they will continue on their championship push here. As that was a huge wreck that we missed. I took out a ton of contenders. You know, Sterling Marlin also got knocked out of the race in the 40s. Another playoff driver, but he has enough cushion. Luckily, he survives. Every playoff driver on the track right now is going to advance as well. So they are very fortunate. As you watch John Andretti's damaged car, who is so good, very fast in stage 2 up at the front, getting good stage points, is now heavily damaged and off the pace, losing positions as the field tries to hang him out and drop him back through the running order. Back at the front of the field, though, Matt Kenseth's Bill Elliott has now taken the lead from Matt Kenseth and Jimmie Johnson. Bill Elliott leads the way at Kansas late in the going. Now we want to 2 laps to go here in Kansas. It is Bill Elliott versus Jeremy Mayfield and Jimmie Johnson for the win. You got the 2 Evernham Dodges running 1-2. Jimmie Johnson third. Bill Elliott trying to get his 2nd win of the season and transfer into the round of 12 with this win. Jeremy Mayfield is going to be a good Evernham Dodge teammate. He's going to slide in front of Jimmie Johnson and block for his teammate Bill Elliott to help the 9 get the win and the playoff points to transfer. That holds up Jimmy, allows Kenseth to make a move. Here we go. White flag. Final lap in the air. Presented by Credit One Bank here at Kansas Speedway for Bill Elliott. About to bring Dodge and Evernham another win this season. That'll be win number 2, backing up that win at Sonoma, which was in dominating fashion here. He has also led the most laps tonight and looks to get the win over Jeremy Mayfield. So you have a banner 1-2 day for Evernham. Very impressive. And Jimmie Johnson, Matt Kenseth will still comfortably advance, coming home in 3rd and 4th, and won't quite get the win that they're looking for. So 3 and 4 for the final time. It is going to be Evernham teamwork that's going to make the Evernham dream work as Bill Elliott wins at Kansas. Your runner-up, Jeremy Mayfield, Jimmie Johnson, Matt Kenseth, 3rd and 4th. 5th will be Kyle Petty, rounding out your top 5. Then Dale Earnhardt Jr. going to get a rebound, 6th place finish. Robbie Gordon comes home in 7th. 8th place is going to be Kenny Wallace. 9th is going to be Jeff Green. And rounding out your top 10 will be the 29 of Kevin Harvick, and a very strong day for RCR. As Bill Elliott, though, and those Evernham Dodges go 1-2, and Bill Elliott will advance to round 12 with a big win here at Kansas. And you see the race results on the left side of your screen. And shortly we'll see the playoff grid at the end of this round, just confirming the 4 drivers that we already knew have been eliminated. And then after that, the playoff grid beginning the round of 12, which will start at Talladega in our next episode. Now you get to the playoff grid. Of course, the end of the round of 16. Ken Schrader out by 44. Jimmy Spencer out by 42. Terry Labonte out by 32. We knew those for sure, unless they won, we're going to be out. And then Jeff Gordon, your defending NR2003 champion, will be eliminated by 17 points to Sterling Marlin after DNFing here in Kansas. And so your round of 12 drivers: Sterling Marlin, Ryan Newman, Rusty Wallace, Michael Waltrip, Tony Stewart, Ricky Rudd, Kurt Busch, Jeff Green, Jimmy Johnson, and Matt Kenseth all advance on points. And your two playoff driver winners this round are Bill Elliott and Dale Jarrett. And now we are going to look at the playoff grid that begins the round of 12 for Talladega. It will be Tony Stewart starting number 1 seed overall, plus 11 to the good. Then Ryan Newman, Ricky Rudd, Bill Elliott, only 5 and 6 to the good. Then Kenseth, Johnson, Sterling Marlin, barely to the good. I mean, this is a tight playoff grid. Then Dale Jarrett sits on the bubble, tied with Rusty Wallace. Then Kurt Busch sits out by 6, Michael Waltrip out by 7, and Jeff Green out by 12. So until the next episode for the round of 12 opener at Talladega, I hope you all have a good one.